Christian here. And 8 years ago today, on October 26, 2016, you heard for the first time, I'm action, I'm set, and I'm go. And that was our loud declaration of a very first video of what our intentions was and what we were planning to do with our brand new YouTube channel. And after reviewing for weeks over all the footage that me, Chris, and Go had gotten over our adventures of the summer of 2016, we decided to create a mixed YouTube channel that mainly focused on railfanning, but also focused too on plane spotting and other cool stuff that we had found. And 8 years later, close to 8,000 subscribers, traveling out west to the Midwest, to the South, to the North, to New England, to various parts of the East Coast in search of steam. I can say I feel in many aspects C. Henderson Rail Productions has been a success. First off, as I do every year in this video, I want to thank all of my subscribers, all of my followers, all of my supporters and everything who have helped me get this far. And it's even weirder to me that we are almost at the 10-year mark. Another 2 years till we can celebrate 10 years of C. Henderson Rail Productions. It feels surreal to me because thinking back on it, hard to believe that we're approaching 10 years since the mid-2010s. And I remember 10 years ago thinking that way about the fact that it had been 10 years since the mid-2000s. I'm already in my 30s, and it's even weirder to think that there are people who are going to find the last 8 years nostalgic, whereas myself being a 90s, 2000s kid, yeah, you get the point. Over 8 years, I felt I have accomplished many different goals. I love the way that my video work has gone from those pans with those bad tripods to getting a decent tripod, upgrading to now a Sony camera, and just continuing about filming trains, having fun with friends, and going on adventures across the country in search of trains. And over this past year, we had a pretty good year. I know I did not get around to making the Labor Day update video. I probably will forgo the Thanksgiving update video. When this video has been released, we will be halfway through our fall foliage season, and so far it has been going great. Kicked it off this year with Arcade Nautica 18. If all went well, I chased 765 last weekend, as well as Arcade Nautica 18 when I got home. If all goes well this weekend, I'll be seeing Père Marquette 1225 finally go north of Alma. This will be the first excursion I've chased the 1225 on that was non-Polar Express since 2019. The first weekend in November, if all goes well, I'll be down in the Great Smoky Mountains and Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum, and I look forward to the adventures. And going on for the rest of this year, I'm hopeful that I will see Southern 154 on its last season of operation before the 1472 day, as well as catching Central Railroad of New Jersey 113 on Santa train excursions. Looking back over the past 365 days, this year has been a really good year. Picking back up last fall, finally seeing 611 on the main line, squeezing in a day of 1309 with fall foliage trains due to 611 breaking down. And then after that, I chased 1309 in the Frostburg Polar Express trips, as well as chased 1225 on North Pole Express. I wrote out 1225 on the North Pole Express this year because, well, I'm going to be seeing 154 and 113 and decided that 1 year I could miss 1225 on North Pole excursions. And this year I didn't really get out as much as what I had last year. Only really had enough for a summer railfanning video around my area, but I was able to go down to the Everett Railroad and chase 11 on the first excursions of the year during the Cabin Fever Express. After that, I went after Canadian Pacific 2816 and one of my favorite adventures yet. Spent a week in the Chicago area filming static steam trains, catching rare stuff on the main line, and well, chasing 2816. After that, I made my way back down to the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum for the first time in a few years to chase the first Somerville excursion of the year, which was a double header. And well, after that, I hit up Strasburg, caught 475, in July, and that was when my first 4K video camera broke. In August, I caught the Reading and Northern 2102 on the Pittston Iron Horse Rambles along with the F units to Pittston, which that day got cut short with the weather. Well, and after that in September, I went for a day out with Thomas and also caught the 475 again. And at the end of September, us in New York State were finally lucky to have an operational steam locomotive again with the return of the Arcade Nautica 18, which was a long-awaited return. And it was a great return. On Columbus Day weekend, I chased Arcade Nautica 18 again during the fall foliage season. And Last weekend, if all went well, I caught Nickel Plate Road 765 during this year's Indiana Fall Colors Train on Saturday, and when I came home, I chased Arcade Nautica 18 again on Sunday. Future plans for the channel. Obviously, I'm going to continue to shoot steam trains. Going to try and film more in my area. After this past summer catching the last Erie County Fair train, I definitely want to try and catch Buffalo Southern a little bit more. And there is quite a few great operations around here I do want to try and document a little bit more. But going forward with the channel and going forward into our 8th year now, obviously you got the usual steam trains, but I really like taking a week vacation this year. I built up all my PTO time over the past year for the 2816 excursion. I knew I wanted to get a week of it, and I was glad I was able to get a week of it. And looking forward to the future, if 2816 operated next year, depending on if it was feasible or not, I would love to catch it again. And if not 2816, if it's feasible, I would love to spend a week with 4014. I really liked getting out there, going to see mainline stuff that I don't typically see around here. I liked catching the locals with fallen flags on it, as well as I like seeing all the static steam that has been on my list for a while. One thing I do miss back in the early years of the channel was the first 3 years, while we were planning adventures around, I liked when me, Chris, Go, and Matt, we would honestly just go to a city and spend like a day seeing stuff. And going forward into the future, now that I'm starting to build up PTO with my new job, it's not even new anymore, I would like to put that same kind of effort into the channel going forward again. I miss when we were in a city and we saw other cool stuff. And the other cool stuff has always been neglected on the channel, which is unfortunate. But there is stuff I would like to get out and see again. One of the main determining factors of this is, and I hope my comment section does not turn into a storm over this, is the situation with the SS United States. And granted, while there was very rarely tours for the ship, no one predicted the situation to happen the way it did. And for those who have not heard, they are going to sink the ship as an artificial reef, which I won't get into my opinions on it, but I do think that is the better outcome over getting scrapped. But again, we will not get into that argument here. I miss when we would go to other museums. And now that it's just me, obviously, Railfanning has become a good part of my life. I enjoy filming trains and everything. Now that I've got more PTO, again, it does make me want to, when I go places, see what is there, see what other museums are around there to document, to upload on the channel, because I would like to start including more ship museums. Obviously, I've not gone to a ship museum since 2019, but I would love to start including that stuff here again. There's quite a few that have been on my list and ideas for years. If I'm by a museum that I think is cool enough for channel worthiness, I want to start bringing that stuff back to the YouTube channel. I'm not going to really predict what's going to happen in 2025 yet. I will tell you that there is a certain steam engine up in Duluth that has my attention. 4014 has my attention because I was not able to make 4014 work. I wanted to dedicate another week to it, but then the week it came out to Chicago was, for scheduling purpose for myself, was the worst possible week. But I do want to say, going into next year and going into the future of the channel, I am hoping to get some more other cool stuff. I am hoping to hit up those ship museums. I am hoping to hit up other places because I miss that part of the channel. Obviously, I love chasing steam trains. I love chasing trains. I obviously love going trackside and filming cool stuff, but I do miss when we did have that other cool part of the channel. And that's definitely being considered into the plans for next year because there's quite a few stuff on the Great Lakes. A lot of ship museums, a lot of other stuff that I've wanted to hit up that I think would make a fine addition to the channel. And hopefully next year is the year that I could start incorporating some of that stuff back into the channel. Anyhow, I thank you all for the past 8 years. I hope you all stay tuned and hope you all enjoy the rest of this year. I'll say it early to all my American friends, happy Thanksgiving, and stay tuned for more fall foliage and Christmas trains. Anyhow, I'm Christian, and thank you for the support of the past 8 years.